Marafiki majirani tukutane, salamu zake mbingu mbingu. Alfajiri si ya kufananisha kamwe, huzuni zetu zitakoma.
Good morning, friends. I hope you're all doing well. This week, Darlene and I are in the Bronx, New York City, doing health meetings, but last week I was coming back from the refugee camp in northern Kenya. As we were returning from that camp, the Lord did something for us that I want to share with you. So we'd finished our work there. We were doing a health evangelism camp in a place called Kakuma. It's a refugee camp for mostly Sudanese war refugees in northern Kenya out in the desert. And as we were returning from Kakuma to a regional airport to catch a plane back to Nairobi, well, we had to cross the desert for 3 hours. And during that desert crossing, there were a whole lot of us in this Land Cruiser. We saw, first time in my life, I saw camels running wild. So we passed by many interesting sights here in the desert. The camels surrounded the Land Cruiser, and just the beautiful sights and the sounds of desert in Kenya. It was a blessing. The first time I'd gone there, it was at night, so I didn't get to see the sights. But coming back, it was in the daytime. And as we were approaching the city where there's an airport to catch the plane for Nairobi, the big black rain clouds came up. This is where it comes from. And all of a sudden the monsoon rain started again.
This is our first day here, full day here, and this is what it looks like, and it was quite
Challenge was that in order to get to the city, to get to the plane, we had to cross a couple of rivers, and the river was at flood stage when we got there. And we didn't have any time. The plane was leaving with or without us, and we couldn't cross the river. So of course, when we got there, all the cars were backed up. A car had been washed off the bridge, and it appeared that we would not be going home that night.
What's going on?
We plan to go home today,
Yes.
but it seems
The Lord has different plans.
there are different plans.
Different plans are in store, huh?
Yep, it's flooded.
I have something to say.
Go on.
When we're interviewing you,
Yes.
you said what mission has taught is flexibility.
Yes. This is practical mission work. What?
They
Oh,
tried.
man.
They tried, trust me.
Oh man.
Go until it's safe, then you can pass and remove that car. But the good
And then
thing
when
is
we
that
cross this one, there's still another road.
We're sleeping
Another
here.
river. We're sleeping here.
How do you guys feel about sleeping 10 people in a Land Cruiser? We have our sleeping bags.
Hardship.
We have our sleeping bags.
This is what this is the price.
We pay for service,
You pay for service,
and it pays well,
and
eh?
it pays well. It pays well.
Abundantly.
Take a video of that.
Man, look at that.
So we sat there, made our plans to sleep in the Land Cruiser, and tried to make alternate plans for maybe getting home the next day or two. Of course, I had a flight from Nairobi back to America that was leaving the next day, the next night. So I was concerned, and of course we prayed, and I just wanted to share with you what God did for us. So we were sitting there watching the Land Cruiser that had been washed off the bridge, looking at all the trucks that were piled up on both sides of the road, and I was just kind of fretting a little bit, to be honest, and praying hard. And then all of a sudden, our driver had gotten in our Land Cruiser, and it had driven up to the river and was beeping the horn and yelling for us to get in. I looked at that driver, and I said, the Lord's about to do a miracle. he was waving for us to get in. And that was his livelihood. That was his taxi. He was a driver. He would drive back and forth to Kakuma and this town, 3-hour drive through the desert. He was waving at us to get into the Land Cruiser. We were going to cross the river. And the river's still at flood stage. So I saw him beeping and waving. I waved to the others, and we ran over, piled into the Land Cruiser. Darlene, here we are. We're packed in like sardines. Here's our honorable driver. And our driver, Simon. Sir Simon. And all the people watching, they had seen us praying as a group. The driver had seen us praying. We all got into the Land Cruiser, and off we went.
I'm actually.
Through every day, all the way, He will take care of you. God will take care of you.
Yep. Amen. Amen. Let's thank God. Let's thank God for this.
Well, we pray.
Yes.
Our Father in heaven, thank you for another fantastic deliverance. Have mercy and help us get it fly. Ask you in Jesus' name. But you know, the boldness of the driver.
This is a victory of never. Most of the scared.
God stirred his heart.
And when those front tires hit that water, we were doing some real serious praying. And when that Land Cruiser came out of the river on the other side, we were rejoicing in the Lord and singing from our hearts.
Trying to go across the flood, and I believe the Lord's going to help do something to help us. He will take care of you. God will take care.
And when we got out, and then we got to the airport, got on the plane on time, I could not believe that I was on that plane, headed for Nairobi, to be able to get on the plane to come home to America, because to be honest, I wanted to see my wife. I was hoping I wouldn't be stuck there for a week, but the Lord did a miracle. We were absolutely positive there was no way we were going to make it home. And dear friends, we made it home.
What you did was wrong. You just need to assure.
I think there's a spiritual object lesson in that. Sometimes it seems like we'll never get home to heaven. Dear friends, the driver is not that man in Kenya. It's the man, Jesus Christ. And he's going to load up the truck one day, and we're going to head home. So may God bless all of you. Let's be faithful.